another episode of Royal Mogul Podcast. This is episode 6. We apologize that we didn't load an episode last week, but life happens and you just have to flow with it and just create your own balance. So with today's episode, I have my parents, which is going to be very exciting because I know my dad is probably a bit nervous about it because he doesn't really like doing these type of things, even though he appears quite a lot on TV, doing interviews and all those type of things. But here he's just like, you are just too much in my life. But anyway, because you're my child, we'll do it. I'm going to have my parents on this episode. We're just going to be speaking about marriage, life, raising 3 kids, how they made it work, how they're still making it work, 31 years of marriage, going 32 next year Feb, and how they just continue to cultivate their marriage, their friendship, relationship, themselves, because I can imagine it's a tough one, especially raising kids in the process and trying to build a business, trying to just live through the day-to-day things. So I am hopefully they are connected right now. I'm going to invite them in, and I hope they're here. Let's see. I got my mug ready. Merch, baby, merch. If you do want to purchase our stuff, go to the Royal Mogul brand on Instagram. You'll see we have t-shirts, we have mugs, we have sweat tops, and we're still adding more merch in the process. So grab a look at that. Let's see how it goes. Hey! Why you cry about data? I've already done my introduction, but I'll do it again. Welcome to the Royal Mogul Podcast. And why do you guys keep frowning like that? Jeez, man. Like, I don't know if, did you not hear me? Well, no, Mama Oyana, I don't know what is going on. Please tell me.
No, I was seeing. Was here.
You got distracted.
Go ahead, man.
I can't. Guys, I'm not doing this intro for the 3rd time, but welcome. My parents are here. I'm having them on episode 6, and I want them to introduce themselves. So we're gonna have a nice chat, hopefully. And because they are amazing supporters, they've got their merch on as well, which is very beautiful. They're looking great. Baratani for real, red and white. I love it. Yeah. Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We're happy to be here at Royal
Can you
Mogul.
introduce yourselves as the parents, Sebolao, mom and dad?
All right. I'm the mom, Rosaline Sebolao. Yes, I'm the mother to Xoxo of Royal Mogul. What do I do?
That's, introduction is not just
I'm the wife
name
to
and
this.
surname. You're what?
I'm the wife to this gentleman. All right. I am Dr. Rosaline Sebolao. I'm the teaching and learning manager at the University of the Free State, but I'm also an integral coach.
Beautiful.
I do
beautiful.
coach.
Welcome, and thank you for being here. Papa,
Nana,
how are you?
good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. I'm more excited to have you here because I know this is not your stuff.
Yes, thank you very much. You can see me because I'm blushing. So
You're blushing.
It's
funny. It makes you
uncomfortable.
It's funny you are uncomfortable on this. I was about to say, you have thousands of people watching you, I don't know how often, but you're uncomfortable with 30 people. No, sir. Please introduce yourself.
I'm Janki Sebolao, the father to Xoxo of Royal Mogul. I was born and bred in Mangaung, Bloemfontein, from a township called Batolegation, with another name called Sports. That's where I was born. I'm a member of Economic Freedom Fighters. I'm a fighter, a real fighter indeed.
Hala.
We are
That you
pursuing,
are.
yes, we are pursuing economic freedom in our lifetime. Thank you.
Amen.
Wow.
That is such a beautiful introduction. And this is what he does on a regular, guys, when he's on TV and he's fighting for us and he's just speaking. I don't know why he's acting all shy to me. But anyway, I have introductory questions for you guys. Just D4. I want to ask all four. I normally have three, but for you guys, I'm going to ask all four. You'll decide who goes first. I'm not going to be patriarchal or whatever the case is. Y'all decide, you know. What is the weirdest food you have ever eaten?
Weirdest food.
You know what I thought earlier when I was putting this question together? And it used to be weird to me back then, but I enjoy it now. Masonja. For me, it was weird at first.
I actually had two today. I had them today. I had a colleague at work who had them from Limpopo, and I enjoyed them. He didn't want to taste them, never.
He's not about that life.
So maybe that's the weirdest food that was tested.
No, I don't remember having the weirdest food because I eat, Nadia. I eat anything that comes my way, I eat.
That's where I get my eating from.
When I dealing mixed to other things, I'll end up chewing them and chowing them.
Yes.
So I'm gonna crush them for him and let him eat them.
100%.
Yeah. Yeah, no. There are certain things that I just don't like. So and that maybe I'm allergic to, but other things that I just don't like. It's like oats. I don't like oats.
Actually, I've grown not to like it either. And Lee likes buying oats for the house. And I was like, why? Who does that? Who eats that? One thing I think you should try, which you might find to be weird, but you must try it, are snails. Cooked snails are delicious.
No, I'm
you
not.
Know, said, I'll bring for you guys one day. You won't even know. I'll tell you after you've had them.
Please don't do that. I'll never eat something that you bring to my house. Now that you told us,
I will bring you, and it will take time. I'll bring you a nice meal. You will enjoy them with pasta. It's delicious.
Anything that comes from you when you're in Bloemfontein, I will never take it.
Now that you told us.
Amen.
Now that you told us.
Defeat. Mama, I don't think you have an answer for this, but I think Papa does. What is your best scar story?
The best?
Scar story.
Scar story.
Something that left you hurt so much.
Why
do you think I don't have?
No. But now I'm looking at it in the physical. Papa has this scar here.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not. Like I didn't look at it. Oh, nice one, Mama. I didn't look at it from an emotional standpoint. Oh, life coaches, guys.
Because we all have scars. But you know, I do have a scar. I do have a scar on my knee. It's just that you don't know, you don't realize.
From where?
Yes. I was playing basketball and the ball, went across some little furrow, and then I ran because I was the youngest playing there, and I fell after jumping over the furrow, and that took very long to heal.
To heal. Hectic.
So I always look at it and say, I used to play basketball.
So our skill, I'd say, of playing basketball didn't just come from anywhere, even if it was just for 2 years.
Oh.
No.
Yes.
Papa, your scar story.
I was in Strydom Training College. We went there with business together with Rapina, the late Pina Morgan. May his soul rest in peace. So I was a doorkeeper, and the majority of guys from Strydom came from Bloemfontein. So here comes a guy called Banks. He was a goalkeeper for a certain team in Bloemfontein called Japs. We had a very good relationship, even though he was staying in Rocklands, I was staying in Battle Location. but we would meet, during the game when there are games. And this gentleman came from wherever he was drunk. He insisted to
Come in.
enter for free. And I said, you can't, you must pay, man. And he insisted, no, man, I must go in. You are my brother, we from the same casino. So I don't know what happened. I just heard people say, hey, you've got blood. And he stepped me somewhere, somewhere here.
Hectic. I don't even know the story.
Nobody knows. And
I love Royal Mogul.
It's exposing things, yeah.
They took me to Moroka Hospital.
Yeah.
Where I got about 4 or 5 stitches. And after that, I went back to
work.
Stradom College. Yeah?
With blood.
You went back to work like nothing happened.
Yeah?
You just went back like nothing happened.
No, but I did not have transport. I depended on the transport that brought us to Taban. So when I went there, I had to sit next to the DJ and being spoiled by Ina and Shepherd Mujana.
That is so hectic. I did not know that.
Wow.
In my mind, the scar story I think you talk about was the car accident you guys had when you had the red laser, and how you got the scar. This is new to me. Very interesting.
Wow.
I am very glad you're alive and you survived.
You are digging.
Unintentionally so.
Yeah.
Your third question. Excuse me. If you could bring back any fashion trend, what would it be? And then everybody 60s, 70s again.
Yes. Sure.
No. I used to wear a trouser called shark skin. That trouser, I see boys of today, they are wearing it, but we used to wear those things.
Really?
I would wear that trouser and here down the leg. It was very small.
Would struggle to
and I loved that thing, because I love clothes.
Yeah.
But my challenge was when I go to bed, I'll have to call my siblings, Botebo, or let's say, for they must come and assist me to pull out the trouser.
Oh my God.
Oh goodness.
So, but and they will say to me, please stop wearing this thing because you are giving us hard times. But I love these things. What am I supposed to do? And I would wear, there's this thing called strachel. Those are Pantsola attire. It's a wood. But it was proper. And if you had that, then you were the guy that does Autiaka, see Emonat. So I had those things and
you've always been fashionable. I even see, I see with the pictures that you have, you've always been fashionable. You're still into fashion and you're not even just about cheap stuff, because when we go cheap, you're just like, what are you doing? By next week, that thing's going to be gone. Just buy good quality things. And I'm just like, but cheap is also nice. It works.
No, but she used to fight me. I think I would buy clothes now and then. At times, I will just come with 3 pairs of shoes and say, you are wasting money. Here, the kids. Today, I don't buy shoes. I don't know when last did I buy it.
Because you still have those ones.
I have some I have not yet wear. I can't even remember them.
Wow.
But they're still here.
And I love that they're all in good condition. I've seen all of them. They're also in good condition.
True.
I don't put, what do they call this? The heels. People take shoes to the shoemaker to put on the heels.
You've never done that.
Don't do that. No.
This I know. You've never done that.
Because I will change shoes every day. I will, Because if you wear if you have 2 or 3 pairs of shoes, it's a problem. They will quickly worn out.
Yeah.
But because I love clothes, I would buy plenty. When there's a sale in town of shoes, because there was a shop that I used to buy there, they used to sell quality. I will get a call to say, hey, Baba, come and see. There's clothes here, there's shoes and what. And when I get out of the shop, I'll be going out with 3 to 4. Yes.
This I know very well. Emma.
I am not a fashionista, my darling. I just love beautiful clothes. So I can't say I remember what label. I am really not into those. As long as I look presentable and I feel good, that's me.
Okay. But I'm mad at you though, because there's so many beautiful pieces that you had that you've given away. And I'm just like, we could wear this today.
Yeah, you understand. And there are still clothes that some of them you took because they look good.
Yes.
And when he spoke about clothes, what I just want to indicate is that he doesn't love clothes for himself only. This is maybe what I love about him is he will always think about the children. He will always think about me. I have clothes that he would go to Cape Town, and when he comes, he bought me clothes. And funny enough, they would fit because he knew exactly the size that I want.
Perfection.
And it's quality. So if I have something very expensive, don't think I bought it. Not with my money.
I know this. Oh, please. You are, especially when it comes to clothes and shoes, you're very economical. You're just like, hold on.
So I think we are different as people. As long as I'm presentable and I look good and I feel good, that's me.
That's all that matters. Hectic. I know this for sure because even with us, Papa, we would go to Mr. Price and then we'd go to Mr. Price, and he's just like, buy 3 pairs, you'll be fine. And he'd come back like, these 3 pairs are going to be done in a month. Why would you do that? Then he would walk into Aldo and just, the only reason Lee and I had a series of Aldo shoes is because of my father. Nothing else. Even I wouldn't walk in and buy myself Aldo shoes because, those things are not cheap. But yeah, it's a beautiful balance. I really, really love it. It's a beautiful balance between the two of you guys. Last question. If you could choose any famous people to have dinner with, who would it be? I want to actually rephrase it for you guys because you've had dinners, engagements with a number of popular people. So I would rather ask, which was your favorite or the interaction you enjoyed the most? Who did you enjoy interacting with the most?
Sure. Should I start?
Do you want me to start?
You can go.
Okay.
Go, King.
There's a gentleman called David Mattia.
Oh, Day.
David Mattia. Day. That man, I wouldn't mind to be with him the whole night because we used to do that. We'll drive from here to East London just for the fun of it, Just say, hey, Sebolao, let's go. Where are we going? Hey, let's go, man. Put your clothes in the car. Stop asking questions. You can't even drive. You don't even add petrol. You're asking me questions. Then we'll go and have fun in East London, come back to Bloemfontein because we met here.
Yeah.
The first time we came to Bloemfontein, we met here and they brought him to my office. After he was appointed at the Bloemfontein Training Center. They brought him to my office by Memanana Moholo, and we just clicked. Coincidentally, so he's a Sundown supporter. I was a Sundown supporter. So we just, and we had good times. We drive from here, go to Gauteng, make me know other people that I don't know, his friends.
Yeah.
And we'll have a good time, At a certain time, he sent me a flight ticket to visit him. I did not know. And I'm just divulging this to you.
Yeah.
I did not know. He just said to me, hey, you must come here. Hey, Mona, how do I go there? No, man, I bought you, go to the airport. There's a ticket waiting for you there. And I went there, grabbed a ticket,
God.
Johannesburg. It was on a Friday in the morning, around 10. He picked me up from the airport, we drove. And it's just quiet, not saying anything.
Yeah.
Saturday morning, he said to me, you have a jacket? What jacket? Oh, yeah, I'm asking, do you have a jacket? You know, I don't. I think you saw me, I came like this. Oh, yeah, no, there's a jacket there. You must wear that jacket. You'll go with my uncles. You are going to lead the negotiations of my lobola.
Oh my gosh!
Just like that.
And that, you know, that was the first time ever sitting there talking about my lobola. And you won't believe me. He was getting married to a Shangan lady.
Yeah.
And when we went there, we found an old man. The old man was on the other side of the lady, and he was leading the discussion. On the other side of the day, I was leading the discussion. And this old man decided to be difficult. He addressed me in Shangan.
And you don't know a word of Shangan.
And the guy was going to interpret. When this gentleman started talking, he said, hey, you must leave this person. They said they want to get married. Didn't they know where they want to get married? Yeah, they speak Shangan. And, it becomes so tense. I even requested the gentleman, Chief, let me go outside. I'll come back.
Yeah.
And I stood up, left David's uncle, and I called the day. Said, hey, these people are difficult. They speak Shangan, and now I'm not interested because I don't know Shangan. I can't hear Shangan. And they called the fiance. And the fiance, I don't know, she went to the parents or to the mother, and they spoke, and somebody came. The guy who was interpreting came and said, hey, come in.
Come back.
And when I went in, this guy said, the old man said, but you must learn all the languages. Don't speak your language. But I thought we were going to speak English. No, don't tell me about English. I don't speak English. I'm not an English person. And a very nice discussion. The long and short of the situation was that at the end of the discussion, when everything was done and we were supposed to share a meal, this old man started speaking in Sesotho. He started speaking in Sesotho.
Wow.
He was like, no, the guy in that. No, he was so that.
What a test! Wow!
There was a time where we deadlocked the home, Malobola. And I requested a meeting with my delegation, and we went outside, called the boss. Chief, these people, the money that you gave us, they said it's too little. Okay. Because he was rough. He said to me, hey, Sebolao, so I went to talk to the guy who was interviewing. Hey, Mona, this guy who's getting married, he said, you must come back home. Yeah? No, he said, you must come back home because you're full of nonsense. He said, oh, wait here. He went inside, he came back. Said, no, you can come. And then I went there. Put the money, before we put the money on the table, he said, they asked me, do you know the person that you want to marry here? I said, yes, I know her. Are you sure that you know? And they were like, you twins.
Yeah.
They were not twins, but they were Bachana. So they came with folded.
Wrapped and stuff, yeah.
Yes, and they were asked to kneel down. They kneeled down there, and then somebody removed those on top of their heads. And they asked me, where is the person who wants to marry? I said, this one. This one. They said, hey, Chief, can't you see? I said, this one. Because again, I knew her.
Yeah.
I've been going there with a boyfriend, and there was no way. The last time I said, this one, and I'll stop here. I will not go further. This is the person that we are looking for. Yeah.
Sure. Hectic. Hectic story. But yeah, Papa David is still that rough. But you guys are almost the same anyway, so it's fine. Mama, what's your story?
Yeah, Nana, it's quite difficult because I have the lunch or the dinner. That's the question. I met many people that have played a very significant role in my life. But, and I think I'll refer to maybe the wisdom that I've gained from many people. Can I just talk maybe about two people?
Yes.
I loved so much that, and unfortunately, both of them are late. One was the former premier of the Free State, Mewinki Direko. And coincidentally, she taught my husband.
Yes.
So you know how she was really amazing. So we met at different places, but there's one time that I never forget when we were still driving a white Laser, and we were at a funeral, and she looked at me. She used to say to me, "Hey, Wanak, you came from all the way from Limpopo and took this son of mine when many girls here in Bloemfontein don't have husbands." So that day, I actually moved out from my car at the front seat and said, "Maybe you can sit here." She looked at me and said, "Hey, where's Onyala when I get? So you really happily married, even you're even wearing a fashionable dress. And yeah, so Mewinki, I loved her because she was actually a very excellent public speaker. And because of my aspiration of being a public speaker, I've always loved her and I always listened to her. The second one was our former principal at the nursing college, Teddy Bendile. She has been like a mother. So yeah, those are there are many. And the other one is Mema Chedi, who's still alive, and she is close to my heart. They are I can talk about many people, but yeah.
Yeah, you guys are definitely skipping out on a lot, but it's fine because your pictures have said a lot. And the part of the reason why I mentioned that is because, and especially Papa, I see Papa as a celeb to the celebs, I guess. Half the people you're acquainted to, I'm just like, how, sir? How is this possible, you know? And for me, it just says a lot about who you are, your spirit. As much as you're seen as a strict person, but you're very caring, you're very kind, you're very supportive, and you do a lot to really help the people around you, the community. You're very friendly, you know, you're a networking person, you're a street hustler, you just go out there and get things done. And through that, you manage to meet so many amazing people, which the both of you are just being too modest to talk about, but it's fine. And leave you be.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to, before I actually go into your marriage, Lee posted a status the other day that said, my mother introduced us to church and my father introduced us to music. And I was like, oh my God, that is actually so true. And you realize, Hori, you know, yes, you represent your parents, but it's within that moment you get to see how much of your parents you represent, Mama, I know your love for church and everything else. Like that is, you speak Bible like the back of your hand, Papa's the same with music. Your CD collection is just insane. I can't even begin to compare with that. Where did that stem from? Your love for music and with you, Mama, your love for God. How did you guys find yourselves in those positions?
I love the way you said it now towards the end, the love for God, not the love for church.
Yes, not church. Those are
I'm
two
the
different
church.
things. Those are two different things.
Yes. I am the church. So I really love God. Yeah. And I think to start with, most of us as Africans, we are brought up in families that love God, that love to go to church. But having had a relationship with God from 1999, I've been a churchgoer, but this has been a very close relationship with God, where I understand that every being, every part of me, I relate with God. So that and there's nothing that I do without involving God. And He has actually done so much for me. And I always talk about my relationship with the Holy Spirit, because whenever I ask for something, I speak with Him. So it is just how they be. This is my being, Yeah. And if I have to talk about that, it will take us very long.
Forever.
And because
that's an episode on its own.
Definitely. And because you are saying you're still going to talk about marriage, I'll still refer to that.
Good,
So let me stop there. Yeah.
The love of music. Like I said initially, that I grew up in Batolocation, in a township called Sports, where everything were happening. There's the late Slow Mohuera. He was staying about 6 or 5 houses from where my grandparents' house was. That gentleman loved music. Every Saturday in the morning, would sit in the veranda. And by then I was a small boy, and he would be playing music, cleaning his shoes, because he loved beautiful things. And playing, the music that you ask yourself, what this type of music. But as he relays the music while it's playing, you get to understand it.
Why?
Oh, okay. Eddie Harris. Oh, okay. Oh, Bill Benton. Yeah, man. So the love started to come out for that sound, and I fell in love with that type of music. And the second person, because Slow Mohuera used to go to Gauteng, then people were buying records, LPs in Johannesburg. If you have LPs and you did not buy them in Johannesburg, particularly in Kohino, you did not know music. You must go to Gauteng, go to Kohino, and he would live here, perhaps Friday evening, and arrive Saturday in the morning, go to Kohino, buy sound, come back Sunday morning, he's home. Because he would wait for
which part of Joburg is Kohino?
Kohino is in the CBD.
Oh.
It used to be the day.
Is it an area or is it the music shop?
It's a music shop.
Oh, okay.
They were selling records, LPs. I don't know how do I explain that to you, because you
know. I know them.
Yeah. So Slow brought those things, and you'll be playing a nice music. The second person who influenced me into this music was the late Rumili Busho. And he used to say to me, when you play jazz, don't expect people to jump and smile and have a look at their feet. Check their feet. You see their feet, and once they respond, it means what you are playing, it's
the one.
Quality. Yeah, it's quality. So that's how I became involved into music, ended up buying myself CDs, and I was in love with, the mother next to me here, she would cry, yeah, as if I don't buy food. You keep on buying, if it's not CDs, it's clothes.
Yeah. Sounds like you, Mama.
Yeah.
Hey, with you.
Yeah, and I waste my money on books, I get it, you know.
I
When I
know.
go
So
to
Papa
expensive
is music,
I just
and with
spend-
you it's books. Even though Liane, he has his collection of books, but when
Yeah.
your collection of books is just ridiculous. So, okay, here's a question to both of you. Okay, so let me do it. Papa, what is your favorite song to date and why? Mama, as a bookworm, what is your favorite book to date and why? And vice versa. Both of you must answer those questions because I know you have for both. Favorite song and why? Favorite book and why?
There's a song that I loved. I was in Johannesburg. Kitsamale Papa Tim Muchumi. Papa Tim was a friend to the late Sebolao Mokgotsi. Then he was working for Kaya FM. And we went to Kaya FM. He brought us into the studio and he played a song of Leila James. And I can't remember what was the name of that thing, you know, because it came out of big speakers and this man was passionate about it. That song was new.
Yeah.
Leila James was new. Nobody knew about it, but Sebolao, because he was a hero of the music, he played that thing. You know, when we left the studio, we went straight to the shop.
And you bought it.
We went straight to the shop and I bought it. No,
You
but
bought it.
all the songs that were there of Leila James.
Beautiful. So this is the one thing that I really know about you. The moment you hear something on radio or anywhere and you like it, you can even call and say, Nana, I heard this song. Who is it? Immediately you're buying a CD, you're buying, you know, you like that in love with music. What year was it? I want to find that song. What year was that?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, back.
Is it?
Yes, back. I can't.
I'm gonna go through Leila. I'm gonna go through Leila James' catalog and see. But I feel like it's something that you probably played for us as well.
You know, I did introduce you to Leila James. I remember we were on our way to Limpopo. And I said to you guys, I want you to listen to this thing.
Yeah.
And all of you, because the five of us, we fell in love. In fact, the four of you, because now I was already there.
Yeah.
You just love Leila James. And we played Leila James, Leila James, Leila James. Why?
Love it. Mama, your favorite song? And why?
You said the book.
Well, I said, okay, let's start with the book, then song. And I said vice versa.
Okay.
But I must also think of his book now.
Wow. All right, let me talk about my favorite songs. There are many songs that I love. And I grew up in Velkom. We were staying in a mine village. And there's this mother of ours, my friend's mother. She had many, a lot of, you know, long players and music that because she was a singer as well, she loved singing. God is good because she's still alive. Miriam Makeba, that's where I started loving Miriam Makeba from. Mama, I've been all over, trying to find the friends for real. Yeah, that's my love.
So that now my lyrics are off because I always started in the middle.
Yes, you always start in the middle. I know you and Lee, but yeah, that's the song I love. I love many songs. I love gospel.
Yeah.
My favorite, there are many favorite gospel, but as long as the song speaks or sings about Holy Spirit, they know I love it because I connect.
Beautiful.
I connect. Yeah, the books. Yeah, there are many books, Nana. I think that I would love to go back in the 1985 when I started reading one powerful motivational book. by one psychologist, Dr. Norman Vincent Peale. The power of positive thinking, because it literally changed my way of living, my mind, my thinking, and my everything that I did. So ever since then, I just loved reading books. There are many books that I can refer to, but the most important book for me is the Bible, the Word of God, because it always inspires me and it strengthens me in everything that I do. I speak to God through that word, and I can never trade any book for that book. Yeah.
Powerful. Papa, what's your favorite book?
I don't know, but I read a number
I feel like
of
it's a political book because you read a lot of politics books. Political,
yes,
Englishy. Yes, that.
There's a book that the deputy president of the EFF wrote, The Coming Revolution. I read that book and I enjoyed it. And I will encourage you young people to go through that book, because it will give you the direction. Where is South Africa going? The second book that I read was The Capitalist Nigger.
I was about to say, that was the first time I saw Baba finish a book with a capitalist nigger.
It was this thick. I read that book because it was so interesting. Even now, when I have time, I go there and read it, It just talk about us Black people, what we're supposed to do and what is it that we are not doing correctly. That gentleman he's just indicating to us Blacks that we are just consumers, Black people. There's nothing that we are doing. Can't do anything, as if we don't have capacity. We do have capacity to can do anything.
So to do a lot, yeah.
But because of the system itself just decided to suppress and suppress and suppress.
Sure, hectic. I tried to read, but wow. And you guys have encouraged us to read many a times. Oh, not like all the time. So, but when I do find a good book, I sit on it, I finish it, and I have many books here from both of you that I haven't finished, but one day I'll get through it. One day I'll get through it. One day is one day. Let's go into you guys' relationship. I know this, but I'm very interested. I really, really love the story of how you guys met. It's very interesting to me. It's still very interesting to me today. You guys have been married for 31 years, 32 years next year, Feb 2022. Yeah, 32 years. And wow, 31 years is a long time, and you go through a lot. Actually, let me not start there. What are your favorite memories of being together within this time period?
All right. I think there's 32 years is a long time. There are many memories, many beautiful memories. And I think the most important one is that the love and respect that we have for one another. Because I always say, as I said, the word of God says to the husbands, love your wife. It doesn't say respect me, but I always say love goes with respect. So, and then it says to the wife, respect your husband. And there are no conditions on those, if you understand. And ever since I understood that principle, I enjoyed my life in a relationship. So I always remember the love that I get from Baba. As I say, the love language that we understand each other's love languages. So that helps us. It always reminds me of the love that he has for me. And he knows that the respect, I don't have to say I respect you. He sees that, in our relationship. So, and I'm not saying it because, we are here, but he knows, he always shares this and with his friends. And I think this is what makes people respect you out there because of how you conduct yourself.
Yeah.
We conduct ourselves in this relationship. And that for me is a beautiful memory that a young couples can look up to us and say, wow, I wish one day I could be like in a relationship like yours. Life comes differently, but beautiful memories are created by us. You are meant to create them. Love and respect. And you know, the love that he has for me does not stop here. He loves even my people at home, the Matopa family. So
deeply.
That's what is important. So if you love, and I love his family as well. They are like my family. So it's very important. It doesn't matter what happens, but I've told myself, I love these people because they are my family. Because my husband is my family, they are also my family. So Nana, we've got many memories. We travel together, we did a lot of things together. So yeah, maybe he can also share his memories, but yeah. And I think that the other memory that he must tell is that he enjoys me to listen to me as I sing.
I know this because Papa, why not say yes? Because
let me tell you.
When we try to sing, it'd be like, oh, I wish you guys could take after your mother because wow, la bua.
No, you know why I'm saying that? That reminds me when we were not yet married, but we went to my friend's wedding in Tabanchu, baby girl, and he never knew that I could sing, and I was singing for my friend, and I still have the picture where he was looking at me like he wanted to cry. So that's another memory.
Hectic.
Yeah.
Hectic.
I tell you, you know your mother can talk. And she said a lot. I don't know what is it that I'm supposed to say. She said a lot. But what stuck in my mind since I met her was the day I decided to go and look for a girlfriend. You know, I literally...
I thought you wouldn't go there.
I literally made my mind and I spoke to a friend to say, hey, Mon, you must go and look for young ones. And young ones can only be found at the hospital, at nurse's home. So because I did not have a car, my friend had a car. He said, what an idea. Let's go. So we went. We drove nurse's home. That day when we arrived at nurse's home, there was an activity there. I don't know what was happening, but there was something happening. I said to him, let's go inside. We went there, we paid. We did not know what is going on. We went there and paid and sat down.
People on a mission.
So we were looking. We were looking. Hey. Okay. I'm going to wait for her. I went outside. Wait.
Oh, wow.
So that moment, I always say, this thing will never get out of my head. It will stay. I will go to grave with that, because the very first time I met a girl, and a girl who was giving me tough time, but not giving up to this woman, because I knew what I wanted. I think I went to nurse's home for the period of 6 months.
Walking even.
Yeah.
Walking.
You know, I would walk from nurse's home after 8 to 9.
Patient man.
To Batulication, and you can imagine the distance. But it did not matter.
Yeah.
It was raining. It was rain, whether rain or no rain.
You're walking, Baba.
She will not even say to the mother, tell him that I'm not available. Would come, but there was a time where she did that.
Yeah.
That day when I met her, she said, I must come on Saturday. she will be around. I did not go on Saturday. I just God is great. I went on Sunday. Until that Saturday, she was not there. She was only available on Sunday.
Sunday.
Sunday, they called her, Matopa. Only visit. Only so visitor.
Then.
Now,
Hectic.
So from that time, Nana, to date, we've been together. And I can tell you that I am happily married. And I normally tell my friends, when you speak about women and how women treat you, don't generalize. Don't generalize, just be specific that mine is giving me tough time. Don't say, hey, Basadi, no. You can't say that. Basadi, I'm married to a woman. And we are not
Yeah.
So you can't come and say, Basadi, stick to your Mosadi, deal with your Mosadi's problems. Don't involve other Basadis into these matters.
Oh my God. That is so hectic. Those are such profound words, and that's actually one of my favorite stories as to how you guys met and everything else. But what you're saying is so profound because even in our generation, from both ends, we generalize. That is a standard thing. Oh, men, I got to men are trash. You generally say men are trash, or women are. You can't, and it becomes a problem for your next relationship because you're so stuck on this group of people are like this, not letting go of that and trying to learn someone new and realize, oh, no, what I dealt with there is not what I'm going to deal with here. And also learning to understand yourself and being patient and knowing what you're looking for. So I appreciate that story a lot. It was very powerful. And let's see. So we're almost near the end. How do you, Papa, guys, well, I'm gonna drag, but you guys are so interesting. Like it's very, and it's not like I don't even know you guys, but it's so interesting to sit and have conversations with you guys like this, like from a different light. You're all relaxed, There's certain stories that you're sharing that I never knew about. I mean, I can only obviously relate it to 1997, your graduation, because my only memory of it is you singing it at your graduation. But how it came about and how you loved it, I didn't know that story. Papa's stories of his fashion sense and the jeans and everything. There's so many stories you guys have shared with us, but there's still a lot more, that have built you that we don't know about, which is very interesting to learn about now. How do you continue to build one another up and yourselves within the marriage?
I'll go first. Oh, all right. You remember in terms of building each other up and us, myself, is that we need to understand one another and understanding each other's love language. I understand. I love, affirmations, and I affirm myself, and he affirms me. I affirm him. You understand? So it's important that that's what keeps us together. And the understanding that maybe remember, power can be a love language for somebody else. Gifts can be a love language for somebody else. So with other people, whether you give them gifts, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
So it's a matter of understanding, because remember, we're not only talking about ourselves, but we're saying to people who are listening, what is it that they can get from this that really can also help them to stay longer for until God, remembers the other. We are here as sort of, maybe mentors, if I would say, because you don't have to take anything all the things that we do, but there might be just one thing that you learn from. Yeah, so affirming each other. And as I say, what really builds me, Baba understands me, that when we talk groceries, I am not good. I'm not gifted in those.
No.
I can buy all the nice things, and then he is that responsible man, a father who would go out and really come with all the things that the family needs. And those are the things that I always cherish and I always thank God for. So yeah, and we really, support each other in that. Just keep on affirming one another. And sometimes affirming does not mean saying, but just being there
Actions,
and doing
yeah.
certain things.
Yeah.
Yes, so that's important.
Very beautiful.
Yeah.
Dad.
Yeah. Yes. No, I always say I'm fortunate. I'm one of the luckiest men in this planet. Rosaline years back. Because when I'm alone, I always ask myself if I did not have her in my life. She is a natural person. She's not a pretender, and she does not even put pressure on me. Like other people in their relationships, you will be forced to buy something that you cannot even afford. To say no, but if this person can buy this, why when I can't do it? And I want that. I love one thing about my wife is that whatever we have, we have. And if we don't, we don't. And we don't even stress to say, no, we are fine. And I think this is one thing that keeps us together. The understanding and the language that we speak and tolerance. What is important is tolerance.
Yeah.
We differ like any other person. It's not that it's a smooth ride. There are speed humps somewhere, but we keep on pushing. And when we push together. No one is going to stay behind and say, hey, come. No, we go together. And whatever that we are doing, she will know. If I have money, I will tell her, hey, I'm financially fine. I'm loaded.
Nando's today.
And even when I'm loaded, she will not say to me, you remember you promised to buy me a rock of 3,000 and I want that thing. It doesn't work that way. And she's telling the truth when she says, I'm very passionate when it comes to grocery. It's in me.
Yeah.
If I have money, I know that 1, 2, 3 is needed in the house. And I learned that you guys, when I go out to buy a bread, you start gossiping about me. You must see, when it comes in, you come with plastics, carrying plastics, because I can't just go to a shop and buy bread and come back.
And nothing else.
Yeah.
Whereas Mama does exactly that. Mama will go for exactly what is missing in the house.
And even forget the important ones.
Even forget the important ones. Yo.
That is you guys' relationship is it's inspiring, né? And sometimes you want to look at people and think, oh, perfect, but no one is perfect. No marriage or no relationship is perfect. You just need to focus on the positive and take what works for you. Later, where the grocery, you actually messed us up with that because we can't even buy groceries for our own house. I don't know. I struggle with a list every single month because I'm just like, okay, what, like, aside from the necessities that I need, I'm just like, normally my dad would do this. Where do I begin? What am I trying to eat? What is necessary, I'm appreciative of what you guys have taught us. I'm appreciative of the support you guys have given us and continue to give us, because one thing I know is that some of my peers, younger or older, their parents don't support them in that way, Now, it's a thing of, especially with Black families, you're 18, you're done. You're going to tertiary, you move on. So you're used to just being told, stand on your own and move on. Whereas you guys helped us and guided us through every single step so that we know what we need to do and we have the right balance or the right foundation, to carry on in life through that. And that is from actually seeing how you guys manage or handle your own marriage, There's obviously, which is part of the reason why I'm doing this podcast, is to rediscover who I am and to learn or unlearn certain things that either work for me or don't work for me, And having you guys here is just to also build on or just share some of the important teachings that I got through life and for people to just discover that and learn that, etc. But the most important thing for me in closing is just to say, you guys have done amazingly well. You've done great in raising 3 strong, independent kids. Even though sometimes they are very spoiled, but oh, there you go. You are, sure. I'm trying to think of one word to describe you guys, but there isn't. You guys are amazing. You are very supportive. You're good listeners. And I say this specifically directed to Papa as well, because over the years you get to realize how all the things you ask for, you actually get. You may not get them at the time, but it gets done either way because you have paid attention to our requests. But to you, it was just it was a case of timing and having the right resources to provide for what we have asked for. And not a lot of people get that from their parents, Till today, you're still extremely supportive in helping us cultivate and build our businesses. You being on this platform already is amazing for me because you're helping me build my dream, which is something Mama has been manifesting for years, but as kids, you don't see it. You just think, oh, my parents just want me to do this, and you feel like they're doing it for them. No, it's not for them. You telling us you can write your own book, you can become a speaker, you can do this and that. It was all affirmations and manifestations upon our lives. We were just not in the right space to see it, or we were not ready to see it, or we didn't have the right resources at the time, or be in the right state of mind to execute it in that moment, So with that being said, before the waterworks start, because this happens every time I talk to you guys, I love you guys. I appreciate you. I thank you for always carrying us through, always affirming us, building us, and believing in us with whatever we do. I know for one, I've moved and changed careers many a time, and every time I come to you guys say, okay, I want to do this. At no given point have you said, how heads and aren't you now settled here? And you always encourage me to discover something else. You always push me to build whatever that it is that I want to build, and for that it is remarkable. It is extremely inspiring, and I hope as people watch this podcast, they take something away from it. They learn something from it, and they get to apply it in their own lives, etc. As we go, I don't know, certain episodes, I don't know if you'll watch or not because we share different views, etc. But yeah, through this, I guess you'll get to learn more about who I am, who I'm trying to be. And yeah, with your love and support, we shall just journey through this amazing life.
Thank you very much, Sapo. We thank you for having us on this podcast. And it's also good to be appreciated while you're still alive. And because this is what I always say, it doesn't help praising a person when the person has gone.
It's gone, yeah.
When you fail to tell when they're still alive. So this is what is important. And we appreciate you as well. And we wish you all the best with your journey.
Thank you. I love you guys. Father.
Thank you,
Love you
Nana.
too.
think Mama has said the mouthful.
Mhm.
We love you, and we love all three of you.
Yes.
We don't have a specific person that we love. Our love to you is equal.
Yes.
We treat you the same way. There's no special child. There's no, to me, you are all equal. And
Same.
I love you all three one time.
Mm.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. We appreciate what you've just done for us. At least there will be memories, even if we will not be on this planet, but at least you took time to appreciate us while we're still in life. Thank you so much.
Bye before you cry.
Too
Bye.
late. Too late. Okay. And this is weird actually, because this happens a lot, Lipapa. I have the biggest soft spot for Wena Papa every time.
Bye.
Bye, my nitty.
Anyway, I love you guys. I appreciate you, and may God keep blessing you for many, many more years to come, till you get to comfortably retire, so we can take care of you guys, to see us grow and become the successful kids you wanted us to be. And your support is just amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Go to your meeting.
Love you, guys.
I love you too.
Bye.
Bye.